All right, everybody, welcome to this video on how to use transformations to move shapes around a coordinate plane. Now, remember, a coordinate plane has four distinct areas. Number one is both positive. Section 2, quadrant 2 is over here. Quadrant 3 is bottom left. Quadrant 4 is on the bottom right. Okay, now remember, they all meet at 0. So this coordinate plane is the work we're doing. So let's just jump right in. So you're going to have a shape. Triangles work well. Squares are a little hard because they look the same no matter where they are. So when you're rotating and flipping, it's hard to see. If you want to make it easy, just use a triangle. I'd also ask you to pick a corner. So I'm using this corner right here. You can even draw a little arrow towards it. That's the one I'm going to be using to track where I'm moving. So in the assignments, it's going to ask you to start in quadrant 2 and pick your corner, and you're going to label that. So for this one, if I go on the x-axis is the bottom, I go over to -8 and then up to 10. So my first coordinate is going to be -8, 10. Now, the first instruction is to translate your shape into quadrant number 1. So before you do this on your video, I would like you to stop and actually count. For me to get this shape, let's say over here, how far do I have to go? Well, I'm starting from that corner, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right, and then I have to go down 1, 2, 3. So I'm going 10 to the right, and then down 3, 3 down. Okay? Now, the next thing it's going to ask you to do is to rotate it around one of the points. So I'm just going to use that same point. So this line here, if I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, remember our 90 degrees is like the compass. So right now that line is going sideways. So if I rotate it 90 degrees, it's going to end up down here. Okay, so that's going to look like this. Okay. If you want to rotate it around a different angle, go ahead. How about this one over here? I like this one here because that's going to keep it. Well, it takes me off the paper. See, it gets a little tricky. You may have to play around with it a bit. Oh, there's a good one. So I'm going to actually rotate it up 90 degrees. So it rotates up. It stays in that quadrant. I'm all good. So the next thing I'm going to do is rotate 90 degrees in this direction. Now, the next thing it's going to ask you to do is to reflect. Now remember, a reflection is going to happen over a line. And I've asked you to reflect it over the x-axis. So what do? We're going to count up how many spaces it is. So I have, from my corner, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I'm going to reflect this over my x-axis, how far does it have to be away on the other side? Has to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is where that point is going to be. See how it's equal from both sides. So this is the work you need to do before you shoot your video. So this was the first thing I did, is translate. Then I rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now I'm going to reflect across the x, which is 7 squares. So now I reflect it. You ready? Put it on my line again, just so you can see it. So that's been reflected. Last thing is I'm going to reflect it now across the, you guessed it, y-axis. So this is going to put it into quadrant 3. So one more time, let's count. Here's the line I'm reflecting. I have 1, 2, 3. So I have to go how many on the other side? 1, 2, 3. That corner is now going to line up right there. And bada bing, just like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like in the video, and then if you're not using the video, I'm going to show you how you can document this just by tracing it. So here we go. Imagine I'm just starting the video now. Hello everybody, this is Mr. Paul. I'm going to be showing you how to do some transformations on a coordinate grid. So here's my shape. It's a triangle. It's starting at point -8, 10. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to translate it, which means to slide it without rotating it, 9 to the right and 3 down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right and 3 down from this point. 1, 2, 3. And I'm off. That's okay. Right there. So my translation is complete, and my now point, this point that we started with, is now at 1, 2, 7. So it's 2, 7. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees counterclockwise. So because my line is facing over, flat, horizontal, I'm going to turn it into the vertical position. My corner is still at the same point. Next thing is I'm going to reflect across the x-axis. Currently, my shape is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares away from the x-axis. So when I flip it, rotate it, not rotate, when I reflect it, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. There's my new spot, and the corner is now at 1, 2, -7. So do you see how I'm always recording and making note of where that corner is? Last thing is I'm going to reflect it across the y-axis. So it is currently, this one is actually 2 away. This one here would be 2. There's the corner of my last shape. And this one is currently at -2, -7. -2, -7. That's my translations and my transformations. Thank you for watching. So that would be your video. You have to do the layout stuff ahead of time, so when you get to the video, it's really clear. Now, let's say you don't want to do the video. No problem. What you're going to do is you are going to trace each of these shapes. Like so. Now you're going to take your time and do it nicely. And this, draw the arrow. 10 right, 3 down. The only thing I'm going to ask is that when you rotate it, use a different color. Like so. So this here, what you do is you draw the line and you do 90 degrees. Shows me that you rotated it. After you flip it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're right here. Again, you're going to draw it. Like so. And here, again, just show me what you did. Reflect 7 from X. Same thing here. So what you can end up doing is that you can actually just take a picture of your coordinate plane that has all these little notes on it, and then we're good to go. Good luck with it. Have some fun. Play some music. I don't care what you do. Try and make me laugh. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.